nerdy orientated. They love that stuff. They can understand it very, very easily. And then there's the very like creative.
And
like
those
very
guys
musical.
make liquid like me. I guess it's also challenging because I know I was speaking with a friend like a long time ago, and he was giving like private teaching for like maths and physics and stuff, and he would tell me sometimes it's hard because like kids have different ways of understanding stuff. And you have to like explain it in like a compressor. You might need to use different analogies or whatever to explain how it works to different people.
I use this analogy that it always works for gating. I just say that gates are like the bouncer in a club, you know. If you're not 18, you're not entering. So if you don't reach that certain threshold, you know, it's like the age goes up, just like the volume goes up. So if you don't reach that high threshold, you're not getting through the gate.
That's a good one.
I always use that analogy, and it always works. There was not a single moment where it didn't work. But yeah, different people will need different analogies, and I also see that different people. So in music production, there's a lot of numbers and a lot of, you know, you can get very nerdy, which I like. It has a lot of, you can get a lot of physics into it, a lot of maths into it, but more physics, I think. And there's
sine
obviously
waves and stuff. It's physics.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of people that you know, they get into music production because they like the art part of things, and maybe when they start discovering about all of this technical math, physics thing, they get a little, you know, they don't like it so much. It kind of throws them off a little bit. So there's obviously the two big different types of people. There's obviously other types, but there's two big different types of people. The ones that are very, very like nerdy orientated. They love that stuff. They can understand it very, very easily. And then there's the very like creative.
And
like
those
very
guys
musical.
make liquid like me.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But that was a funny joke. Yeah. And obviously, you can be both. You know, you can be both with time. If you're very good at one, with time you can invest in being good at the other. So that works. But normally, when you start for the first like year or something, you're only going to be good or maybe excel at one of them, you know. And I can see obviously that the guy that's very nerdy, it's very easy for me to explain compression to him, but maybe it's a lot harder to explain stuff like a cool arrangement, a nice variation, like
Funk.
that for example, funk, like notes and stuff. But for the more creative guy, it's a lot easier to show him those things and a lot harder to explain the compressor. So different people will need the different. That's why it's so good to have in anything that you learn, when you have a tutor that's catered for you, the private session. You know, I remember, for me, I never really liked Portuguese from my 5th to the 9th grade, until the 10th grade. So I wasn't bad, but I studied and things made sense. But in classes, like, it never really made sense. I had the same teacher throughout 5th to 9th grade for Portuguese, and then on the 10th grade, I switched schools to a school that you could have all these private tutors for free if you want. And I remember I was thinking I need one that tells me all these things about Portuguese, like the grammar, and it just clicked, you know. And then I start loving it, and I only had high grades at Portuguese because I love it. So and it was that thing, like the private, the private, like, it's not private session, but you know, it was one-to-one with someone that was only 2 years or 3 years older than me, because it was this system where you could have older people from the school helping the younger. I think that's very common nowadays. And it really helped. Really helped.
Do you think that kind of influenced you in your love of like teaching and doing like one-to-one sessions now?
It definitely influenced me in a way that I enjoyed that so much that I then did it. When I went to the 11th and the 12th grade, I was helping other kids. So I was teaching like history and maths and also a little bit of Portuguese here and there to 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, and it was really fun. You know, it was 2 times per week or 1 time. I'm not sure. Maybe it was only 1 time per week. But a lot of people were there just because they wanted the diploma at the end of the year, because you would get a diploma saying that you teach.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was like good for your CV.
Yeah, it's like you helped out in school. And,
yeah, exactly. And I really liked it. Like a lot of people were there and it's like, this sucks. I'm teaching these kids, and like I just want to go out and smoke cigarettes all afternoon, because it was the thing. You had to smoke cigarettes.
You had to be cool.
Yeah, you had to be cool. But I actually liked it there, and the kids that I had on my first year, they were really fun. So I still remember them. They were really fun. So yeah, I really liked it. Maybe that did impact me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the biggest impact was when I finished the music production course. I had the highest grade in a while. Well, it was easy because I started making music at 11 or 12 years old, and I did the course 4 or 5 years later. So I had a lot of practice, a lot of time to practice, and I got the highest grade they've gotten in a while. And the teacher really liked me, and it was like, hey, do you want to help out with future classes? Kind of like be my sidekick.
Cool.
For sure. And it was really fun. I really liked it. And I realized, hey, I liked helping out teaching before. Maybe I can do it with music. But I never took it serious until Rona. That's when I first got it serious because I've been teaching for a while now, but never too serious, just on and off. Sometimes people wanted me to teach, and I would do it. Then I've done a few master classes and one-to-ones, and it started picking up. More people would text me, say, hey, do you do private sessions and blah, blah. Like, yeah, I can do it. We can try it. And I started liking it more and more and more. And then eventually it just picked up.
Yeah. So now you're teaching at that school on top of Patreon?
No, I'm not teaching at any school right now. So that only went on for 1 year.
Okay.
That thing.
Would that be an option if you wanted to? Or?
I don't know. If I could be the main teacher, yes, but as a sidekick, not really. Because I have my own views on music production. And, I think I have a very strong personality about music production. And, and just music in general, you know. But as a main teacher, probably yes. It obviously depends on the situations and all that, but
for
probably
sure,
yes. Yeah, I teach on my own, just basically, you know, people texting and all that, emails.